if you walked into a negotiation against me, you'd lose, and you wouldn't even know why. And it all starts with something that costs exactly $1. This $1 trick has made me millions, and it works because it taps into the deepest biases of the human brain. Negotiation isn't about facts, it's about feelings disguised as logic. People make decisions emotionally, then search for reasons to justify them. The $1 trick works because it makes the other side want to agree with you before the real conversation even starts. And when that happens, you control the frame. Here's the trick. I walk into any high-stakes discussion with a small, thoughtful, unexpected gift. Sometimes it's literally a $1 coffee. Sometimes it's a printed article they'd find useful. Sometimes it's just a snack that they mentioned liking. The key is, it's personal. It's cheap enough to be casual, but specific enough to show that I listened. Why it works is because the human brain is wired for reciprocity. When you give first, especially in a way that feels tailored, the other person feels a subconscious need to give something back. In negotiations, that something back is flexibility, a better deal, a yes where they normally would have said no. There are 3 kinds of biases behind it. Bias number 1, a reciprocity bias. Humans are biologically programmed to repay kindness, even if they didn't ask for it. It's a social glue. Bias number 2, the liking principle. People say yes to people they like, and liking happens faster when you demonstrate that you've been paying attention. And bias number 3, the contrast effect. When you start with something unexpectedly generous, your later requests feel less demanding. Now you combine those 3, and you're no longer negotiating from zero. You're starting from a place of goodwill that you engineered. I once walked into $1 million property deal knowing that the seller's father had been a veteran. Before we even sat down, I handed him a vintage photo of a World War II bomber squadron with a handwritten note. Thought you might appreciate this. The price? $1.50 at a flea market. The result? He knocked 6 figures off the asking price before we'd even touched numbers. He didn't do it for logic. He did it because he liked me, trusted me, and wanted me to win. That's the $1 trick in action. The $1 trick is only step 1. Step 2 is, you control the frame. The moment you've given something, you suddenly take the role of the generous one in the room, the leader, the provider. This shifts the power dynamic. And then step 3, use the mirroring from the hidden handshake, the one I told you about in my last video. You match the pace and tone without copying. This deepens the trust you've already sparked. And then finally step number 4, anchor high, then concede slowly, but never without them giving something back. Why? Because once you've set yourself as the giver, your concessions feel like more gifts, which keeps reciprocity working for you. You can stack even more psychology onto the $1 trick. Scarcity. Make it feel like your time is limited. People value what they can't easily have. Social proof. Casually mention others you've helped without bragging, so they see you as credible. Loss aversion. Frame your offer so walking away feels like they're losing more than they're gaining. Humans fear loss more than they crave gain. When these principles work together, you're no longer negotiating, you're guiding them exactly where you want them to go. Negotiations are won before numbers hit the table. A $1 coffee, a piece of paper, a moment of attention. These things can tilt the entire battlefield. The amateurs walk in asking. The pros, however, they walk in giving, and they leave with more than they came for. If you want people to say yes, make it impossible for them to say no. In my next briefing, I'll reveal the silent sale, how to close deals without ever pitching, selling, or asking for the sale.